Live from the Bay Area's news station, this is the KRON 4 Morning News.
And speaking of dancing, and I'm not going to say dirty, Henry, it's you.
Okay, hold still, smile. Okay, so this is what you look like to me when, this is my picture of you. Now, did you realize that you actually have an antenna growing out of the top of your head? Well, you do if you're as bad a photographer as I am. On the other hand, you wouldn't if this man were taking your picture. We have advice on how to use cameras, your phone cameras, your point-and-shoot cameras, how to create fabulous photos from a real photographer, coming up on KRON 4 News Weekend. Okay, here's a photo I took of our next guest, Josh Anand, and here's a picture that he took of me. Gosh, I look better than you do, for a change. What's the difference, Josh, between the picture that you took of me and the picture that I took of you here?
Well, the main difference here is I turn the flash on. Cameras are really, really smart and great, but they don't always get things perfectly right. So sometimes we have to do things to the camera to make our pictures even better.
So Josh is going to give us some advice, and he kind of does this on at an online site. You want to give us the name of the site?
Yeah, I teach for the Panasonic Digital Photo Academy. It's digitalphotoacademy.com. We run workshops every month in San Francisco, ranging from beginner, hey, I just got a point and shoot, to advanced, let's go out in the field and we'll spend a day shooting together.
All right. Okay, so Josh has given us some examples. These are fairly fine points. These are not as gross as the one that I just showed you, but let's go ahead and take a look at these and see what the differences are. Now, this looks like an okay picture.
You know, it's okay, and everybody starts here, but the problem is that my friend's right dead center in the frame, and he's got an umbrella growing out of his head. So if I just move to the...
but I love that umbrella look. Okay. So.
It is a nice new haircut. It's gotta love technology some days.
I'll figure this out.
So just by go back one for a second.
Sorry, I went. Okay, so this is the bad one.
Yeah, exactly.
And no umbrella.
Yeah, so just by moving to the side and getting him a little bit off center, suddenly my photo's a lot better, and he doesn't have umbrella hair. Right.
Now the next one. Yes. I don't know what you're shooting here, actually. What is this?
You know, now I don't know what I was shooting either. So just by getting closer and getting tight on the car, well, it's clear I was taking a photo of a car.
Right. So this, well, that's a terrible picture.
The next one, yeah, I know,
happened?
It's awful. I was outside, I was taking just a photo of a house up on a hill, and my flash went off. So of course the photo's way, way, way dark because my flash was only going to illuminate about 5 to 10 feet.
Right. So turn your flash off.
Exactly.
At night if you're shooting.
Yep, and now the camera figures out what to do.
And then this looks like a pretty picture.
You know, this is actually the same problem that you showed right away, where something's going on, the camera doesn't want to fire the flash.
Oh, because I'm not seeing very much of the, look at the difference here.
Right.
See how the engine block?
Now this was on a bright sunny day too. But even on bright sunny days, sometimes turning the flash on, forcing it on, will fill in the shadows and give you a better photo.
Okay, so for example, and I think that probably the most egregious example that I hear, this is, by the way, this is his, but I'm keeping it. You're nice. You like the iPad?
You're welcome to rent it from me. I do love it.
So, to me, the most egregious example, for example, I'm going to do a real quick. Dean, show folks. Now, if I go stand down here, there are two ways you can take the picture.
Yeah.
One way you can take the picture is the way Dean is doing it right now with a big wide shot, right? And you get to see all of the flowers, but Josh and I, you can't even see us. Right?
And this is great for showing just kind of context and roughly what's going on.
But you're big and wide, right, Dean? Okay, now, wait, no, stay there, stay there. Because now, if you want to take a picture of some people with a nice background.
Yeah, get them nice and close to the camera. And now we're big, we're filling the frame. It's clear it's us.
Yeah.
And the background's just kind of the context.
And the other part of it also, how do you feel about using the zoom? So, for example, if we're down here.
Yeah. So zoom is great. But the thing you have to remember is that when you zoom in, watch the background and notice how the field of view gets a lot narrower. We don't see nearly as much of the background as when we got closer to the camera and still stayed at a wider zoom.
Right, so if we were over here a little bit more, you wouldn't really see much. I'm assuming from where you are, you're not seeing a whole heck of a lot. It's mostly green and you're not getting a lot of pretty flowers.
We could be anywhere.
Right. And then, of course, the important thing, learn how to turn on the forced flash on your camera, and that's a lot of people have a problem with that. You got that camera handy? Because it's.
Oh, I'll show you on an iPhone. So it's nice and popular here.
This is the nice new iPhone. You can't do this on the old one, but the new iPhone.
Yeah. So on your iPhone, or on some of your cameras, when you come into the camera, you'll sometimes see this little flash button.
The flash button is
up on the top left there, and if you touch that, You can see how there's
okay.
auto, off, and on.
And so on will force the flash. And what the flash will do is it will fill in the face so you won't get an awful picture like the ones and you'll get great pictures like the professional does. You can get great advice and lessons at the website.
Yeah, digitalphotoacademy.com.
Great. Thank you very much for some terrific advice. Much appreciated. Marty, Isabel, now can you take the pictures?
We never could, Henry.
Oh my God, he's going to black.